Hi guys, let's start a new exercise. This time we are looking at exercise 6b. So we are looking at solving simultaneous equations and we've already learned one method, which is method of elimination by substitution. Now this exercise uses the second method, which is method of elimination by equating coefficients. So let's look at how this works. Basically, we are looking at equating the coefficient. So in this case, the coefficient of y is 2. In this second equation, the coefficient of y is 3. So they want us to equate the coefficient, which means make the coefficient of y equal for both the equations, or make the coefficient of x equal in both the equations. In this case, this is 9. In this case, it is 7. So how do I make it equal? Well, I take the LCM, which is the LCM of 9 and 7 is 63, which means I'll have to multiply the first equation by 7 and the second by 9. I think that's a big number. So let's try and equate the coefficients of y. In this case, coefficient of y is 2. In this case, coefficient of y is 3. So LCM of 2 and 3, that's 6, which means I multiply the first equation with 3 and multiply the second equation with 2, and that will equate the coefficient. Let's see how it works. So if I multiply the first equation by 3, my first equation becomes 39 plus 6y is equal to 27x. Next, my second equation becomes 3y into 2, that's 6y is equal to 7 into 2, that's 14x. So this was equation 1, this is equation 2, now we have equation 3 and we have equation 4. So after we've got the coefficients equal, I noticed that both the coefficients of y are equal for equation 3 and 4. Let's subtract them. So if I subtract these two equations, then 6y minus 6y gets cancelled, which means I am left with 39 minus 0, that's 39 is equal to 27 minus 14, which is 13x. So from two variables, because I subtracted, I am left with one variable, and this I can solve easily, which means x is equal to 39 upon 13, which is equal to 3. So therefore x is equal to 3. Now put x is equal to 3 in, let's say, equation 2, and what we get is 3y is equal to 7 into 3, which means y is equal to 7. So like we write the final answer in the set form, xy is equal to 3 comma 7. So I hope you noticed what we did. We made the coefficient of either x or y equal. In this question, we made the coefficient of y equal. After that, we subtracted. Let's look at another question and see how we go about it. Let's look at the next one. The next one that we're doing is question number 2. So question number 2 says 3x minus y is equal to 23. That's equation 1, and this is equation 2. So let's take the LCM first and see how the equation looks in whole number. So the LCM of 3 and 4, that's 12. So this is 4x plus 3y upon 12 is equal to 4, which means 4x plus 3y is equal to 4 into 12, that's 48. Let's call this equation 3. So now we need to solve equation 1 and equation 3 together, because equation 2 and equation 3 are exactly the same. So I notice that there is a negative y here and there's a positive 3y here. So if I multiply my first equation by 3, I will be able to equate the coefficient of y. So if I multiply with 3, this gives me 3 into 3, that's 9x, negative y into 3, that's negative 3y, and 23 into 3, that's 69. Now I notice that 3y and 3y are equal and they have different signs. So this time let's add these two equations. So when I add 3y and 3y, they get cancelled. So 4x plus 9x, that 13x, and 69 plus 48, that 9 plus 8, 17, 117, which means x is equal to 9. Right, 117 divided by 13, that's 9. Now put x is equal to 9 in equation 1, which gives me 27 minus y is equal to 23, which means y is equal to 4. Perfect. So write the answer in the solution set form 9, 4. So that's the final answer. I hope you noticed in this question, instead of subtracting, we added because the coefficients were equal but the signs were different. Next, let's look at question number 6. So we have a equation in fractions. So let's first simplify this. So this would be x minus y is equal to 12 times 4 minus x. This would give me x minus y is equal to 12 into 4. That's 48 minus 12x. Let's take 12x on this side. So this gives me 13x minus y is equal to 48. So that's my equation number 1. Correct. 13x minus y is equal to 48. Let's start working with this equation. So this is 2x plus y is equal to 3x minus 12. I notice there is a negative y here. I notice there is a positive y here. So let me bring 3x on this side and see what this gives me. So I get 2x minus 3x plus y is equal to negative 12. 2x minus 3x, that's negative x plus y is equal to negative 12. That's our equation number 2. So I noted this is negative y and this is plus y. Let's add them together. So 13x minus y is equal to 48. Let's add these two equations. This gets cancelled. So we are left with negative x plus 13x. That's 12x. Negative 12 plus 48. That's 36. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Now put x is equal to 3. Let's say in equation 1. And what we get is x is equal to 3. That's 39 minus y is equal to 48. Which means y is equal to 39 minus 48. Which is equal to negative 9. So final answer in the solution set form, xy is equal to 3 comma negative 9. So in my opinion, this is the easiest method of solving simultaneous equations. Let's figure out what you like. Right? One more question, and this time a completely different kind of a question. I hope you notice that the coefficients here are very big, and if I take LCM of 41 and 53, this would basically be 41 into 53, which means I will have to end up multiplying this equation with 53 if I am equating the coefficient of x, and I will have to multiply this with 41 if I want to equate the coefficient of x. This will give us very big numbers, and that could lead us to calculation error. So if you have a question where the coefficient of x of equation 1 is equal to coefficient of y of equation 2, and coefficient of y of equation 1 is equal to coefficient of x of equation 2, which means 41 here is 41 of y, 53 of y here is 53 of x. In that case, there's a different method to be used, which is first you add both these equations. So let's add them first. 41x plus 53y is equal to 135. 53x plus 41y is equal to 147. Let's add these two equations. So 41 plus 53, that's 94x plus 94y is equal to 7 plus 5, 12. That's 8, that's 2. 94x plus 94y is equal to 282. Let's divide this equation both sides by 94 because 94 is common to both the sides. So that gives us x plus y is equal to 3. Yes, 94 into 3, that's 282. So that now we get a simpler equation, which is x plus y is equal to 3. Next time, now let's subtract these two equations. So we have 53x plus 41y is equal to 147 and 41x plus 53y is equal to 135. Let's subtract. So when I subtract, the sign changes, and what we have is 53 minus 41, that's 12. This is minus 12, and this is 147 minus 135, that's also 12. Now divide both sides of this equation by 12 because 12 is a common factor here, and I get x minus y is equal to 1. That would be our equation 2. So if you have a complicated equation with big numbers, but the coefficient of x of one is equal to coefficient of y of the other, and coefficient of y of one is equal to coefficient of x of the second one, then you add both these equations and you subtract both these equations. Now we have two simple equations. Let's just add them and solve them now. So when I add these two equations, I get 2x is equal to 4, which means x is equal to 2. So put x is equal to 2 in equation 1, and we get y is equal to 1. So our final answer in the set form xy is equal to 2 comma 1. Interesting question. I hope you figured out what has been done in this one. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we're doing is question number 11. It says if 2x plus y is equal to 23 and 4x minus y is equal to 19, find the value of x minus 3y and 5y minus 2x. So let's first solve for x and y. So 2x plus y is equal to 23. 4x minus y is equal to 19. I notice that the coefficient of y is already equal. Let's add them. So that's 2x plus 4x, that's 6x, and 23 plus 19, that's 42. So, which means x is equal to 7. Let's call this equation 1. Let's call this equation 2. So, put x is equal to 7 in equation 1 and we get 14 plus y is equal to 23, which means y is equal to 9. So that's our answer. X is equal to 7 and y is equal to 9. Now this is a question which has a tail question to it, which means the question is not just asking you to calculate x and y first, it then wants you to calculate the value of something else. So x minus 3y would be equal to 7 minus 3 into 9, that's 7 minus 27, which is equal to negative 20. So x minus 3y is equal to negative 20. Now, a common mistake which students do is they calculate the value of x properly, calculate value of y properly, but they fail to read the second part or the tail of the question, which is they don't want you to calculate x and y, they have another question here. So now let's find the second part of the question, which is 5y minus 2x will be equal to 5 into 9 minus 2 into 7. That's 5 into 9, 45, minus 14, that would be equal to 31. So 5y minus 2x is equal to 31. Good, let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 13, part 2. So for solving this, again, you have a fraction. So first, let's convert this into whole numbers. So let's take LCM of the right hand side. So the LCM is 8. So 17 into 8, that's 80, and 56, that's 136, minus x plus y. Yes, the negative is outside the big number here, so that will be negative x plus y. Let's cross multiply. When I cross multiply, I get 32x is equal to 136 minus x plus y. Let's bring x on one side, which means 33x minus y is equal to 136. Yeah, that's correct. 33x minus y is equal to 136. Let's call this equation 1. Similarly, let's take the LCM of the right hand side here. 2y plus x is equal to 6 plus 5y plus 2 upon 3. Yes, 6 plus 5y plus 2 upon 3, the LCM is 3. This gives me 6y plus 3x is equal to 5y plus 8. Let's bring 5y on this side. So we have 3x plus y. Yes, 6y minus 5y, that's y, is equal to 8. I notice that the coefficient of y is already equal. So let's just add these two equations. So what we have is 33x minus y is equal to 136 and 3x plus y is equal to 8. When I add them, negative y and plus y gets cancelled. We are left with 36x is equal to 144, which means x is equal to 4. Now put x is equal to 4 in, let's say, equation 2. That's a simpler equation. We get 3 into 4 plus y is equal to 8. That's y is equal to 8 minus 12. Therefore, y is equal to negative 4. So final answer in the solution set form, xy is equal to 4 comma negative 4. Done. Let's look at the next question. I hope you're liking the video and I hope the concept is getting clear to you. Next one, the next one that we do is question number 15. It says 10% of x, which means the first equation will be 0.1x plus 20% of y, that's 0.2y is equal to 24. Now I won't want to work with decimal numbers, so let's multiply this whole equation with 10 to get whole numbers. So 0.1 into 10, that's 1, 0.2 into 10, that's 2, so x plus 2y is equal to 240. Let's call this equation 1. Our equation 2 is 3x minus y is equal to 20. Now let's try and equate the coefficient of y, which means let's multiply the second equation with 2. So that would give us 6x minus 2y is equal to 40. Multiplying both sides, that's 6x minus 2y, 20 into 2 is 40. And the first equation was x plus 2y is equal to 240. We've been able to equate the coefficient of y. Let's add them. So this gives me 7x is equal to 280, which means x is equal to 40. Now put x is equal to 40, let's say in equation number 2, and we get 120 minus y is equal to 20. 3 into 40, yes, that's 120 minus y is equal to 20, which means y is equal to 120 minus 20, which means y is equal to 100. So we'll write the answer in the solution set form, xy is equal to 40, 100. That's the final answer. So that brings me to the last question of this exercise that I solved with you, which is question number 18. So question number 18, again we have fractions, so let's take the LCM and convert it into a whole number equation. So the LCM of 5 and 4, that's 20, so that would be 4 times 7 plus x minus 5 times 2x minus y upon 20 is equal to 3y minus 5. Let's open the bracket. So this is 28 plus 4x minus 10x plus 5y. 20 into 3y, that's 60y minus 100. So let's bring y on this side. We have 4x minus 10x, that's negative 6x. So we have 6x plus 60y minus 5y is equal to, and let's take negative 100 on this side, we have 28 plus 100. Let's reconfirm 4x minus 10x, that's negative 6x. When it goes on this side becomes 6x, and we have 60y minus 5y, that's also correct, and 28 plus 100. So our first equation becomes 6x plus 55y is equal to 128. Correct. 6x plus 5y, 55y is equal to 128. Now let's try and work with this equation. LCM of 2 and 6, that's 6. So the first term gets multiplied with 3. So 3 times 5y minus 7 plus 4x minus 3 is equal to 18 minus 5x. Yes, that's correct, which means 15y minus 21 plus 4x minus 3. 6 into 18, that's 60, and 48, 108, minus 6 into 5, that's 30x. Well, let's bring 30x on this side. So 30x plus 4x, that's 34x plus 15y, yes, and negative 21 minus 3, that's negative 24. When it goes on the other side, becomes plus 24. So 108 plus 24, that's 132. So the second equation is 34x plus 15y is equal to 132. Let's reconfirm. 30 comes here, that becomes 34. 15y stays here. Negative 21 and negative 3, that's negative 24. And 108 plus 24 is 132. So now either I make 6 coefficients of x equal, which means the LCM of 6 and 34, that's 2 into 3 into 17. Yes, that's 2 into 3 into 17, which means I multiply the first equation with 17. Let's try and look at the factors or equate the coefficient of y. That's 55 and 15. I think that should be easier. 55 and 15. The LCM will be 5, 11, 3. So that's 5 into 3 into 11, which means I will have to multiply this equation with 11. Yes, and I will have to multiply 55 with 3. So this will help me equate the coefficient of y. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so when I multiply with this 3, that gives me 18x. 6 into 3, that's 18. 55 into 3, that's 165y. And 128 into 3, that's 360 and 24. So that's 384. Let's reconfirm. 360, 84. Yes. So, and let's multiply this with 11. 34 into 11, 340 and 34. Yes, 340 and 34, that's 374x. Y 15 into 11, that's 165. 132 into 11. Let's multiply this. 231, 231, 2541 is equal to 1452. Now that we've got the coefficient of y equal, let's subtract them. So what we have is 18 minus 374 at 356, right? Yeah, negative 356x is equal to 1452 minus 384. 12 minus 4, 8, 14 minus 8, 6. That's 1068. Correct. That's negative 1068, which means x is equal to 1068 divided by 356. I think 3 times, right? 356 into 3, 6 into 3, 18, 15 plus 1, 16, 9, 10. That's correct. So x is equal to 3. So put x is equal to 3 in which equation? Let's put it in the first one. Okay, and what I have is 18 plus 55y is equal to 128, which means 55y, 128 minus 18, that's 110, which means y is equal to 2. So let's put it in the equation or solution set form. Xy is equal to 3 comma 2. That brings me to an end of this video and of this exercise. Let me mark some homework questions for you. So homework from this exercise: question number 3, question number 4, question number 9, question 12 part 1, question 17 and question 19. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you with the next video. If you have any queries, please feel free to write into me. Bye bye.